What's up, Tailgaters? My name is Tailgate Nate. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be giving you my week one predictions in the Big Ten Conference. So again, if you remember from the video I posted not too long ago, I did an update where I'm saying I'm only going to be focusing on the Big Ten Conference. I've already released my Big Ten final preseason power rankings. Now I'm going to be previewing and predicting matchups in week one for you guys. I'm really excited. I think this is going to be something really beneficial for me, as I've said a lot. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. The first game we have on the Big Ten schedule takes place tomorrow. On Friday, the Illinois Fighting Illini are going to go on the road to face the Wisconsin Badgers. Wisconsin, as you see down there, favored by 19.5, with the over-under being 51 even, and all of the lines and odds here are going to be as of recording this video. The game is going to be on Friday, October 23rd, going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Big Ten Network. This could be a good game for both teams to start off with. I definitely think Wisconsin is the big favorite here. They are just the more high-powered team. But remember I said, watch out for Illinois this year. They happened to pull off the upset against Wisconsin last year, but I don't quite think it is going to happen this year. I do have the Wisconsin Badgers winning this game here. I don't know if they're going to cover the spread. I don't know if Wisconsin's going to be that good, but Wisconsin's got the better offense. They've got the better defense. They've got the better special teams. They're just the all-round better team. Now, that didn't prove out last year, but that game was on the road to Illinois. This game's going to be at home for Wisconsin. Granted, there are going to be no fans, but I think there's going to be that sort of comfortableness playing at home. I do think Wisconsin's going to end up getting the win here, but I don't think this will be anything to hang your head about if you are Illinois. But Wisconsin, in my opinion, is going to open up Big Ten play with a win. All right, now we get on to the Ohio State Buckeyes, defending Big Ten champions. They're going to be playing the Nebraska Cornhuskers in their first game of the season as a 26-point favorite as of recording this video, with the over and under being 68 even. This game's going to be on Saturday, October 24th, and it is the big noon game on Fox. So again, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. And I mean, come on. I don't see how Ohio State doesn't win this game. I've said I have improved expectations for Nebraska. I do expect Nebraska to get slightly better and be a little bit more competitive. But, I mean, come on. Can we really say that Ohio State is going to lose this game here when you just look at who they have? Justin Fields, Trey Sermon, Master Teague, Chris Olave, Julian Fleming, just to name a few offensive players. When you look at the defense, there's Shaun Wade, Baron Browning, Pete Warner. I already mentioned it in my power rankings video. I think the only concern for Ohio State is the defensive line. Those positions, of course, they lost Chase Young, but those positions might be a little bit of a question. I just don't think Nebraska has anywhere near enough talent to stack up to Ohio State. I think they can easily clear that 26-point line. Ohio State's going to win big. All right, this is a pretty interesting matchup here. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights are going to go on the road to face the Michigan State Spartans. Michigan State favored by 13.5, with the over and under being 44.5. This game is on Saturday as well. And it is a noon game, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Big Ten Network. This game, I don't know if I'm going to be paying too much attention to it just because my team, Ohio State, is playing at the same time. But this has the – I don't see how this is a terribly close game. It could be a good get-off game for Michigan State and Mel Tucker, as this is Mel Tucker's first stint at Michigan State with Mark D'Antonio leaving. It's going to be weird to see a different coach on the sideline for Michigan State, and we'll have to see how they play with it, but I do think Michigan State ends up winning this game. Sorry, the L is a little hard to see, but I do have Rutgers losing this game. I mean, Greg Schiano is back there at head coach. He was over 500 in his tenure at Rutgers. We'll have to see how he does, but I don't see how you can't give the win here to Michigan State and Mel Tucker. I think they're going to get off to a great start. Michigan State, I don't think is going to be that great this year. However, I think this could be a nice game to help boost them forward in the 2020 season. Michigan State beats Rutgers, my prediction. Now, this pick, I'm not going to be surprised if people start picking the upset here, but the Penn State Nittany Lions, who are ranked 8th in the nation, are going to go on the road to face the Indiana Hoosiers. Now, Indiana, I've already mentioned, is as good as any team in that bottom of the top 25. Indiana could easily be right in there with anyone in the bottom of the top 25. But Penn State is favored by 6 points. The over and under, 61 points even. This game, again, Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox Sports 1. I think this could be an interesting game. This is going to be a gritty game. I kind of talked about it a little bit, but this game is just this is going to be a nice, hard-fought game. Remember last year, Indiana gave Penn State a good fight. They were pretty close for most of the game. Penn State just kind of started to pull away toward the end, but Penn State has a big loss, right? We already talked about that loss, and that's Micah Parsons. Not going to be playing. Still have some really good defensive players, but without their defensive leader, we'll have to see how well they play. Again, Journey Brown could miss the entire season. They are also losing KJ Hamler as well. So this Penn State team really has a lot of questions to figure out, but I think they grind out the win here in this game. They have a big game coming up against Ohio State next week. Maybe they look ahead to that, and that's why people are picking the upset here. But I do think that Penn State is going to be able to take care of business here with Indiana, barely. And I mean just barely. This is going to be a well-fought game on both sides of the football. And Indiana very well could pull off the early upset here, but I am picking the Penn State Nittany Lions to win this game. I'm not going to pick whether they're going to cover the spread, but I am going to pick them to win this game. I think it's going to be a grindy game. This is going to be one of the games that's a lot of fun to watch this week. All right, this is an interesting game right here. The Iowa Hawkeyes are going to go on the road to face the Purdue Boilermakers, the 8-team and 9-team in my Big Ten power ranking. So two of the middle teams. This game is going to be at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time on the Big Ten Network. So you got two great games to watch here at that 3:30 mark. You got Penn State, Indiana, which I just talked about, and now Iowa and Purdue. Again, Iowa still has some good playmakers with Amir Smith-Marset and company, but they're going to have to bring in a new quarterback. Probably going to end up being Spencer Petras. I haven't seen a lot of news on who they're going to start, but I would assume it'd be Spencer Petras. Purdue, we know what they got. They got Rondell Moore. They got Jack Plummer. They got Elijah Sinlar, Jack Plummer, Elijah Sinlar, two quarterbacks. And Purdue is a great offensive team. It's always been that defense. And, of course, Jeff Brom is not going to be on the sidelines for this game. He tested positive for COVID-19 and has to take at least 10 days away from the team since his positive test. So he is going to not be on the sideline for the Purdue Boilermakers. And I think they take a little hit, but I'm going to go ahead and pick the mild upset here. I am going to pick the Purdue Boilermakers to beat the Iowa Hawkeyes. I am just thinking that Iowa takes a step back this year. Purdue, to me, is going to be too much of an offensive firepower team. I don't know if Iowa's going to be able to put up as much offense as Purdue is going to, and it's why I think Purdue is going to win this game. Iowa favored by 3 points, which is why it's a mild upset, with the over and under being 53 even. But this very well could be quite a game that we see. I think it's going to be a hard-fought one, but I do have Purdue pulling off the mild upset. We move on here. The Maryland Terrapins and Northwestern Wildcats are going to face off. Northwestern favored by 11 with the over and under being 55. Even this game is going to take place at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Big Ten Network. And again, I already talked about these are two teams that I over or underhyped. In the case, I overhyped Maryland and underhyped Northwestern. At least my opinion in the summer. I fixed that just in my last video. I think this is a good test for both teams. These two teams, while they're not necessarily even on paper, I think they're going to be pretty even on the field. I definitely think this game is going to be closer than 11 points. But I think Northwestern is the more improved team this year. I just think they're going to improve the most. While Maryland is getting to Leah there, they have some good playmakers, but I don't see how they can beat Northwestern here. I am picking the Northwestern Wildcats to get off to a strong start and beat the Maryland Terrapins. All right, now we move on to Game of the Week in the Big Ten. I'll be doing one of these every single week. It'll just be the matchup that I'm most intrigued by, or the biggest game in the Big Ten. And this week, it happens to be the Michigan Wolverines against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, a top 25 matchup. And coincidentally, where the College Game Day, that's what it is, where College Game Day is going as well, is going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is the primetime game on ABC. This definitely is going to be quite a game, and I had a lot of trouble picking this one. I went back and forth, but I think I've settled on a decision that I'll share with you in a little bit now. Michigan is going to have to break in a new offense this year with Joe Milton there at quarterback. We thought it was going to be Dylan McCaffrey. Turned out it's going to be Joe Milton. And, of course, with Tariq Black and Nico Collins opting out. They still have Ronnie Bell there, wide receiver, but they have to replace a lot of guys there. Their running game still should be prevalent as well, but they have to break in a new offensive system as well as adjusting to some losses on defense. While Minnesota has to adjust to a lot of losses on defense. They're losing a lot, including a great safety in Antoine Winfield. They lost him to the draft. They have to fill a lot of holes on defense, and it's where I think Michigan can possibly win this game, is if they get that offense going and exploit Minnesota. But Minnesota has offense too. Tanner Morgan to Rashad Bateman is a very, very good connection. And it's why I'm picking Minnesota to win this game. Michigan is building in a new offense, and Minnesota has offense as well. Granted, they do have stuff on defense, but if Michigan can, they have problems on defense, but if Michigan cannot get that new offense going, it could be a long night for Jim Harbaugh and the Wolverines. Jim Harbaugh has already been under a lot of scrutiny. Like, he hasn't beaten Ohio State. Michigan has not performed up to expectations in previous seasons. Michigan is the favorite in this game, according to most sports books, with a 3-point favorite, the over and under being 54. But I think Minnesota just has the more offensive firepower to go in and win this game. So to me, Minnesota is going to win your game of the week. And those are my Week 1 Big Ten predictions. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. This, again, was my Week 1 Big Ten predictions, with the game of the week being Michigan at Minnesota, in which I picked Minnesota to beat the Wolverines. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to leave a like. Also consider subscribing if you are brand new to the channel, or you just enjoy my content. Please turn on the notification bell so you do not miss an upload, and you can join Tailgate Nation. Also, leave a comment down below. Tell me your predictions for this week in the Big Ten. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. And as always, until next time, remember to play hard and tailgate harder. I'll see all you guys Saturday with a fan reaction. Goodbye.